Medical laboratory scientists are responsible for the testing performed on samples sent to them by medical practitioners.
I got into this career because I loved science at school, in particular biology and chemistry. Okay, Wayne, so these are some samples that have arrived.
Kristen's going to take Wayne through a series of tests on a patient's blood and urine samples.
So I'll take you down here to our haematology laboratory.
So what does hematology cover?
It actually is the study of cells in your blood. So we're interested in white cells, red cells and platelets. A lot of our tests are a bit automated, but the skill comes into interpreting the results to help narrow down the diagnosis of that patient. So it's all in the interpretation of the results. What we're looking at here are the various cells of the blood. So what we're interested in is the pattern of fluorescence in the screen here, and also there are some abnormal cells flagged.
To find out what the abnormal cells are, a microscope slide is made.
There's this small overlooking purple cell.
Very good, and that is actually a malarial parasite. So what this means is our patient has got malaria and has probably just returned relatively recently from overseas.
The next step is biochemistry. The blood is spun in a centrifuge to separate its components, which are then further analysed.
If you look here on the screen, we've got an unexpectedly high glucose result, and sadly we're seeing more and more high glucose results coming through on younger and younger people. In other words, we're seeing more and more diabetes.
The next stop is microbiology, where the urine samples will be tested.
Okay, so now we've got our results here. We've got some white cells present, which could indicate infection, and we'll have to culture it to grow any bugs present in the sample. We need to put some of our urine sample onto some agar plates to see if there's any bacteria in the urine that might be causing a problem. On this side here, this agar has sheep blood in it. It's got all the nutrients that bacteria like to grow. And on this side of the agar, this is a selective agar, and some bacteria will grow on that side and some won't.
Wayne will leave the cultures to incubate overnight. Yesterday's cultures have now incubated, so Kristen can begin to narrow down the identity of the bacteria. It's at this point that Kristen's experience comes into play. The way the bacteria reacts to different culture media, the colour, the size, the shape and even the smell are all clues. The sample is then subjected to a further set of chemical tests.
You can see that each of these chemical reaction patterns here is a bit different from each other. The patient has got a gram-negative bacilli called E. coli.
Once the culprit bacterium has been narrowed down, it's subject to antibiotic testing to discover the best treatment.